So, what if the secret to a truly inspired life wasn't about adding more, but about uncovering what's already there? We're about to explore how you can find that greater person you were always meant to be.
You know, this incredible promise was made over 2,000 years ago. It's the reward for living what's called an inspired life. And what that really boils down to is shifting how you see yourself, not just as a person, but as a spiritual being, deeply connected to the very source of life itself.
And here's the crucial point, which the great psychologist Abraham Maslow really highlighted. Real transformation, it's not about learning new tricks or changing your habits. Nope, it's about a fundamental shift in your awareness of who you really are.
So this leads us to the first big shift in thinking. It's the difference between seeing yourself as a human being who, occasionally has a spiritual experience and realizing you are a spiritual being having a human experience. That changes everything.
And believe me, this idea is not new at all. The philosopher Epictetus, a man who had been a slave, by the way, said this centuries ago. He got it. He understood that this divine nature isn't something you earn or find. It's something you simply recognize is already right there inside you.
Okay, so how do we actually make this practical? Well, this new awareness can be applied to 4 key areas of our lives, and that's where you start to see some real transformation.
These are the 4 big ones: your perception of your abilities, your relationship with your body, how you see your past, and what you believe about your future. A shift in awareness here, it can literally transform your entire experience of life.
First, let's talk about abilities. We all have these limiting beliefs, right? The old awareness says, oh, I'm not good at that. But the new, inspired awareness says, you know what? I am open to everything. I can learn to master anything I put my mind to. You're not defined by some narrow set of interests. Your potential is absolutely limitless.
And these limiting beliefs, they often come from outside of us, don't they? A thoughtless comment from a teacher that just sticks with us for decades. We internalize these ideas and they create this false awareness. But the truth is, persistence can totally overcome those old stories. You can even learn to juggle, proving to yourself that what you thought was impossible is actually possible.
All right, let's move to the second area, your body. Instead of seeing its flaws or, comparing it to others, the shift is to see your body as the sacred, divine, and perfect creation that you get to inhabit for this lifetime. It is totally unique, and it is exactly what it's supposed to be. Now, for your past, I want you to think about this question for a second. Imagine a speedboat moving through the water. Can the wake, that trail it leaves behind, can it actually drive the boat forward?
And that's the absolute truth about your past. Your past is the wake. It's just a trail left behind, but it has zero power to propel you. The engine driving your life forward is your energy right now, your thoughts, in this present moment. Your past is not your destiny.
This leads to a really powerful mantra. We rarely regret the things we do. We almost always regret the things we don't do. Those chances we didn't take, the words we never said. Don't live a life of wondering what if.
And finally, your future. An inspired life means seeing your future not as something fixed or scary, but as something you are actively creating. It's all about aligning your present thoughts and feelings with what you want to attract. When you do that, the future you desire just naturally starts to unfold for you. You just have to trust that it's on its way.
So we've explored the what, changing your awareness. Now let's get to the how. To hear the voice of that inspired self, you need to create space. I'm talking mental, physical, and spiritual space. This is where simplicity becomes an incredibly powerful tool. Let's look at a practical guide to uncluttering your life.
To really understand the power of this, just look at this number, 20,000. That's how many books the author of this idea gave away when he decided to truly simplify his life, walking away from 30 years of accumulated stuff. He said it was one of the most freeing experiences of his life. Wow.
First things first, declutter your physical and financial world to get more freedom. Free up your space. If you haven't used something in a year, just let it go. Free yourself from debt, which basically puts control of your life in someone else's hands. And free your mind from price tags. Focus on true worth, not just what something costs.
Next up, you gotta reclaim your time. Say no to invitations that don't truly light you up. Protect your free time like it's gold. And consciously slow down. As Gandhi said, there's more to life than increasing its speed. It's time to escape the hurry.
Now let's talk about your inner world.
Create some quiet space with just 20 minutes of daily contemplation. Find that inspiration by reconnecting with nature. And you've got to protect that inner peace fiercely. So when you're faced with critics, just offer them a silent blessing and then remove yourself from their energy.
And finally, declutter your habits to honor your spirit. Honor your body. It's your sacred temple, with exercise and healthy choices. Honor your inner child by making time to be playful. And when life gets overwhelming, honor your core self by just stopping, taking a breath, and remembering your spiritual nature.
So where has this journey taken us? Well, we started by shifting our deepest awareness of who we are, and we've landed on these simple, practical steps to clear the path. So here's the final, really powerful takeaway. I mean, even one of the greatest minds in history, Albert Einstein, understood this. He believed that simplicity was the best path not just for our physical health, but for our mental clarity and our well-being too.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. You can't find light by analyzing the darkness. So stop focusing on your perceived flaws. The path to an inspired life is to shift your awareness and immerse yourself completely in the magnificence that is already within you.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. If you walk through the rest of your day with the unshakable belief that you are a perfect, divine creation, what would you do differently?